What do you mean, waiting? Excusez-moi, Jesus. Stream's already up.
Today's question of the day is who is employee 555? Fuck. I've done a brutal miscalculation.
A raw scientist division, if she's dead or alive, unknown question. Fair enough. Yeah, she was a person that researched raw science. You are definitely right about that. I more so meant philosophically, though, like,
Who is she? Can she be trusted? What's her role in the story?
sort of thing. More so just to spark theories. Because obviously we know that, you know, she is a scientist that worked on raw science. Which is curious in and of itself. Meant to be asleep but can't go to sleep. Real, dude. To be honest, I'm still looking it up. Honestly, that's a fair point. Alright. Wish me luck. Will the new strategy work? I'm using the Bard's Bow this time. Will she have any... Oh my days, what is this? What is this loadout, dude? I love this. This build is so good. What'd you say? The other two employees that got eaten by spiders played a role before their deaths? Yes, Ash was one of them that I know of. Because there's a note, right? A note that Ash made. Beautiful. easy. We are all very happy, happy, happy. Got a dagger with salt up best and salt up major by accident. Damn. That would be a really good one for Summon Thorns, wouldn't it? Perfect. Can't jump. You bitch. You already spunked it. Idiot. I would not have counted that personally, game. That parry did not count. Go on. There we go. Even with high defense, Mantis stood no chance at about 15. Oh, damn. And dead before the second mini Mantis appeared. That is actually kind of wild. Oh, W's. I swear. That's so scuffed. I'll read when she does the next triple slam. For that. Had 70 fusion crystals down to 5 or less. I mean, fair enough. I nearly got hit there. Nice. Beautiful. Dude, that is actually insane. OP cone or necklace, summon thorns, summon aggro, and damage resist. Yes. Waited to die until it waited until she died to send that. Fair enough. You don't have to. Dude, it's literally the same infusions. What is this? Peak Cringema. You cannot tell me that this bow build is an OP. Like... How did that hit me through the tree? Same order as well. Yeah, dude, it's actually peak cringe. What is she doing? What is she doing? Yo, she's on Percocets. Hallucinogens. Never would I have ever thought I would fight a mantis on acid. Yet here I am. Also noticed something strange about the mysterious stranger. Hold up. But Violet is called the masked stranger. Must be some reason behind it. Mantis. I'd be like, I'm going to attack the air. Yes. I honestly think the reason she's called the masked stranger is probably just because she's a stranger and she's masked. I don't think there's anything more behind it, if I'm gonna be real. W's. Attack. People noticed her symbol is the same one from her helmet. Yes, that is... Yeah. Which also makes the shape of a V. I feel like pointing that out. Her symbol, which is her helmet, which is her brow horns, is a V. What is this? Short ass window, dude. Dude, let me move. Oh my god, she literally shoved me inside of her ass. Also trying to figure out to see the board she covered up. Oh, hold up. Hold up. I found incriminating evidence last night. I found an absolutely suspicious ass screenshot last night. Incriminating evidence against Violet. Well, let me see if I can go ahead. Google Play, Microsoft Clipchamp. What? What is this? Anywho, window. Send me it. I have to look later. I honestly want to show it now if I'm gonna be real. Look at this. Shrink Ominent. Alright, guys. She literally is the one that caused the explosion. You cannot deny it. Like... like, either that or she forced. Not the only one? That's interesting. But yeah, that's... I'm gonna have to... But also? Okay. But also? What are we but alsoing? What are we but-ing? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's fine. What if employee 555 is shrunken down? Maybe that's why she's reported missing? Could be. I mean, there is effectively a bounty over her head, according to Ominent, too. Right? Nice. It is a guess after all. Yeah. No, thank you. Dude, what is that? Oh, beautiful. Glad I know how to parry that. Dude, this damage is actually so bad. Nice try. Thank you. Get out. Only 4 infused ooze is kind of wild. I can't lie. Understandable though. Also, only 95 salt arrows wasted. It's like 50 per kill. God damn. Damn. Getting really close on boss tier for Mantids. Ooze. Get all that. I'm gonna craft more salt arrows. It's 10. Actually ain't bad at all. A 10 return rate. That means it's like 5 salt per fight. That's actually a really good return ratio. Yeah, we don't want that. Yeah, we want that. We don't want that. We definitely want that. Maybe the other small papers have something hidden on them. Maybe. I did already detail how Violet has been stalking the main cast for years. There is actually... Hold up. There is actually very key details. I'm gonna have to go to a specific comment, so don't mind that. What has helped me on being controlled, which is when to tell it yes. But there is a comment that I responded to. Hold up. Let me find it. The exact one. Show more replies. Okay. Okay. Follow with me here, because this is going to get a bit lore heavy, but it is very, very important. Assuming Violet is the 15, which is, like, let's be real here, that's pretty much set in stone at this point, and this theory is literally going to confirm that unless there is a very good explanation from Obsidian themselves. But Grounded 1, the very first cutscene, if you remember, it's basically Moldorc going like, "Yeah, you'll never catch me, foul beast," or something like that. And then it skips to the reporter, And she says that there are she says that there are missing teens. She does not say how many. She says that there are missing teens, all from Brook Hollow School. All. Okay? So, then we have the dream sequences. The first one, we see one of the teens, they get kidnapped, they get experimented on. We all know this. However, we can confirm that the teen kidnapped was male, as confirmed by a very, very small cutscene, but we can see their skeleton. And the skeleton femur placement is a heavy indicator of gender. Exaggerated angles equals female, because, childbirth, the femur placement would have to be a bit more exaggerated on an angle to allow the child to get out easier. The skeleton does not have exaggerated angles and has a relatively large rib cage. This is male. So, the teen first experimented on was male, but then 3 more were prepped for replication, right? 3 new teens. The next cutscene shows us 3 teens, all in different suits, meaning likely the other 3. Now for Violet's placement in all of this. You might have mentioned that as of right now, there are only 4 teens mentioned. The last dream directly contradicts this. How? Well, the guy questions whether Wendell's alive and whether sending us to the yard would even be worth it. Essentially, from their conversation, we are the first and only teens to enter the yard. Why is this important? Because of the note. The note details that there is a person writing, and they said 4 other teens are totally zonked. There are only 1 batch of teens that entered the yard. Only 1 batch. This was confirmed in the dream sequences, and all of a sudden, there's a 5th member mentioned. And as for Violet's stance with Willow, I already made it clear that, she favors Willow over the rest. She has a confession draft of some kind, which is her last note, telling her to ditch the other 3 quote-unquote weirdos, saying that she wishes that Willow woke up with her, and also the fact that she has not dissed Willow and is the only one that is not dissed Willow. Willow's the only one she hasn't dissed. And then also the fact that, she disses Pete, who Willow likes. So overall, a bit lore heavy, but unless Obsidian come up with a really, and I do mean really good explanation for this, it is literally set in stone that Violet is the 15. Irrefutably. What can I say? I just find it interesting. Yeah, but there's hidden stuff within them as well. Yeah. Honestly, I'd have to... They were all in different areas of a secret or hidden lab. It would have been Almanent's lab. There's also mentions of the military as well, which is obviously referring to Project Orc, as pretty much proven by the note right here. Orc, the future warfare. That's clearly, meeting with the military is clearly referencing at that. I want to see, when was this? 1989. Hold up, when was the most recent one? Okay. So these guys would have been dispatched a year before the game took place. This one would have happened a couple of months before. Yeah, but you see the director once? Yeah, when he was like,
I see. Of course my hypothesis was correct. Remember this the next time you question my methods.
I'm sorry, whenever I can just rip into Schmechter, I will, because this fucker needs to just be burned, drowned in a fire. Come on, we don't have a lot of time before the meeting with the military. No, it was, sorry to crash your party, but the director wants to have a meeting with the military. Those aren't the exact lines, but he specifically opens with, sorry, guys, to crash your party. Or, sorry, guys, sorry to crash your party, but the director. And then something about a meeting in the military. I'd have to watch the exact dream sequences again, but yeah, it's pretty set in stone. Anyway. Wait, do I have more? I don't have more kebabs. Fuck. Also, I should really prepare you in case. One of the most disliked employees. One of the world's... Yeah. Abso-fucking-lutely. You don't just experiment on kids. Kill teenagers. Treating them as lab rats and literal... Yeah, no. You don't mess with children. And expect to get away with it. Seriously. Will we have a high defense mantis once again? Oh my god! At least she has one different effect this time. At least she has one. Alright, at least she has one different effect. Also, no, I will not be switching because she has not cheated thus far. And I respect her for it. I respect her for not cheating thus far. Oh my god, how was I hit with that? Alter, remember he hasn't died. Yep. Yeah. He got arrested, yes. 2 years later ago, yeah. I personally think Stallone knows something about Violet. Her voice changes when she talks about Violet. I mean, Her voice changes a lot, even besides that. Honestly, Salome gives me two vibes. Either she's just a big fat idiot who doesn't really understand how teenagers work and is very awkward, you know, trying to be edgy and cool, or she's trying to be a manipulative bitch. Like, it's either or to me. Also, my bad for not seeing your message sooner. I had to lock the fuck in. Mostly about her, which is in line on my. Oh yeah. Game theory. We won't ever kill Violet during the whole. Yeah. Honestly, I think. Well, first off, we literally can't kill Violet because, like, hello, PG-13. Killing children is not allowed in those kinds of games. But like, even from a lore perspective, I don't think she would be killed off. Because, like, don't get me wrong, teens are allowed to get killed in PG-13 games. It's just, like, we ourselves are not allowed to, you know, brutally murder a teen with our own bare hands. That's just not going to fly. But even from a lore perspective, she is the literal strongest entity in the grounded universe, with the only exception being whatever this dimensional threat is. So yeah. Wow. Clues. Oh my god, I should probably pause. Keeping an eye out for clues about this. Yeah. How did that miss? Oh, beautiful stun timing. I was actually about to get dumb fiddled. This Mantis was about to diddle me if I didn't stun at that exact moment. And not in a good way. And again, I don't think you can do it in a good way. You all He was about to... Hold up. He was about to... What is this, TH? About to... Whatever that is. Have her clop... Yes! That is very true. That is very true. She was about to molest me. Oh my... What? She... Okay. Okay. Get absolutely bunny hopped, bitch. And she's done. Meant to be have her claw, not TH. Okay. Not, please. Oh my days. At least she doesn't one tap me. At least she doesn't one tap me with a good half her attacks. Okay. We gotta think positive. Ma'am, you're not allowed to move while attacking. That's just flat out against the rules. How am I alive? With all due respect, how am I alive? What? Mini Mantis cheats more than the main. 2 chains rules. Rip. Oh, 2 the same. That's wild. Yeah, two. Wait, are they actually both literally the same? I don't think so, right? How the... Dude.
Where was my block there?
So, the Mantis just decided that my parries do not exist. She ignored all 5 of them. Or all 4. But beyond that, she somehow... We both need to play grounded Yeah, play grounded at some point. Obviously, if I can get a better PC, of course. Yeah, that's fair. Honestly, even if you have like a potato graphics PlayStation, because my friend has a potato graphics PlayStation and his still works. Block meter, exe, stop moving. Dude, no. What happened? And this is what baffles me the most. Because if she wanted to cheat, she would have done so by increasing her damage, right? But no. She didn't increase her damage. She decreased her damage. My Xbox runs the game fine. Then, dude, you're fine. You are absolutely fine if your Xbox runs the game fine. But yeah, she decreased her damage because her hitting you through your block 2 taps you, right? I only died after the 4th hit. She went through all of my blocks. She cheated and made her damage worse. Like, what? If you're gonna cheat, why would you not make it in your favor? That's a fundamental mishap on your stance. Oh my god, we finally got a normal Mantis. W's. Can I get a W's in chat? Come on. That's the big Mantis. I don't wanna... Stop! Stop! At least the mini one's dead, though. Mini one's dead. That's all that matters. At least no high defense, yeah. Brain.exe stop working is 100% relatable here. Like, why the hell would you cheat in a way that genuinely harms you? If I could loot your baby, that would be great. Thank you. She's hitting me through the tree. Like, alright. Later, going to try IBM with Thorn's build. Hopefully, remember to bring Shadow, the baby black ant. Yes. And some healing. Yeah, because you're going to need it. Did how squishy you are? That's assuming you can even tank a single hit, depending on what infusions you get. Might not even be given that grace. Oh, I missed. Sometimes you gotta turn on the turbo and go fast. I absolutely hate it when the shift button just does not register. Man, the shield is mandatory for this fight, and you cannot convince me otherwise. What the hell was that? Especially the phase 3, one missed block, and I dropped quicker than the Mantis I destroyed earlier. Yeah. Also RNG with summons as well. Yep. Or God forbid she enters the pool. If she enters the infected pool, you are genuinely cooked. Because even I will drop in 0.5 seconds to that thing. That pool is just the most lethal force in this game. Nobody is convincing me otherwise. Not a single soul. Also, no trinkets. No trinkets is fucking wild. Yeah, if not, I have builds for her. That's fair. So, very fair. Okay. How many arrows did I waste this time? A lot, I presume. No, I actually wasted less this time. Not bad. So if she ever wants to cheat, so it can, yep. Fresh lifesteal, that's wild. And since you're on lower difficulties too, it's probably gonna actually heal you quite a bit. Man, I'm kinda jelly. I'm kinda jelly. I can't lie. Terrible. Terrible. You're good. You are very good. I have all the rest of the trinkets anyways. That's not what I... Yeah. Works because you're healing debuffed. Yeah. Yeah, I know. It doesn't work for me because she deals so much damage for one, and for two, I deal so little damage. So if I ever tried to do that, I would get minimal results at best. And just die at worst. Game, you're not funny. Game, you are not funny. Oh my god, C Danky is gonna come into chat randomly and just pull out the funny thing, the quote-unquote funny thing he did. Oh my god, I hate that. I'm with Sheep Does Survival when I say, when he says it's not funny. Plus at phase 3 with, high defense. Yeah, 3-hour fight on phase 3. Yes. Instead of that, I say the forbidden number. Yes. It is the forbidden number. Did you see that C Dinky made a post with that forbidden number just really, really disguised? Because, like, Sheep Does Survival exposed his ass. Exposed it and said, C Dinky thinks this is funny. Which I find hilarious because, obviously, we all know it's not funny. But boy, oh boy. Yeah, Cheap fucking tore him a new one. Cheap tore him a new one. You're right, it's not. What? No, I want to rub the mantis. That sounds extremely strange out of context. Please do not take that out of context.
Oh, let me rub you.
That's going in the out of context clips. That's the only reason I did that. Because if you didn't know, once this series is over... Just me hearing that. Yes. Yeah, because once this series is over, which is going to be, like, obviously D365, I'm going to make a whole little, I guess, YouTube series on it. But the first thing to do is going to be the Out of Context series. And boy, oh boy, it's juicy. Boy, oh boy, is the Out of Context juicy. I swear to fuck. Good. Good girl. Okay, dude. Go on. What in the fuck? Nice! Yo, W damage. I need to see all that, not out of context, but... wait, hold up. I need to see all that, not out of context. Either don't put that in out of context. Steam... what? You have 128 days left. Let me check the maths. Ignore that. It's 157. Can't even do simple maths. It's fine. And also, yeah, the out of context is going to be separate from the actual series. Because I'm going to have, like, the actual... I'm going to plan to release it in parts. So it's going to be, like, New Game 0, New Game 1, New Game 2... New Game 3, New Game 4, New Game 4 again, but it's like the grindy New Game plus 4. And then that's pretty much going to be how each of them are divided, and then I'm going to very lazily put together a supercut. For spelling errors, stream messages. Fair enough. Unfortunately, the stream messages are likely going to be in there. It'll depend on, like, what the clips are, obviously. The out-of-context clips are just going to be out of context to be as stupid, horrifying, and just silly as possible. Alright, that's, like, DD Mega Doodoo fucked a police officer in the ass tonight. Like, that kind of stuff. Stuff that without context you would be horrified on hearing. Anyways. Let me kill this mantis. Whoa, calm down, Jamal. Don't mukbang. What does that even mean? It's the wrong context. Or is it? I'm having a stroke. Also, yes, I did see your laughing emoji. Be dying of laughter, probably. Fair enough. That is typically the point of out-of-context videos. That is... yeah, that's the literal point, is to make you die of laughter. Run! Pick that up. Glad I know how to parry. I didn't buff myself this time. Oh my days. I literally hard nerfed myself this time. I'm not even kidding. I hard nerfed myself this time, and I'm okay. and I'm destroying her this badly. That's sad. That's tragic for you, man. I feel sorry for you. I think I died after reading that. To be honest, I don't even know what I'm typing. I've been awake for 10 plus hours. Yeah, that tends to be what happens. What? What? Ma'am, you can't just do that. Or DD Mega Doodoo will come to doo-doo on you. The fallen police officer will come for you. Oh, you're dead. You're dead, sunshine. Get out. She had this time. You should do Falls series at some point, mostly so I can rate how they are. Oh, a fails series. I'm stupid, man. I am so dumb. Yeah. I definitely am. A fails series. So, what I'm planning to get out of this whole 1 Year, 1 World, obviously the main series, which is going to encompass most everything. The out of context would be a bit more like, that's like the least heavy of it. Out of context would really only be included if it like really enhances the video. Rages are definitely, like, fails and rages, peak comedy to put into, like, an 8-hour-long video, alright? Peak comedy. Right? So those are going to be included. But then I'm, of course, going to have the Out of Context series, which is just going to be pure memery. And then there's going to be, like, the fails/rage series of Masochist Mode, 1 Year, 1 World, which is just going to be, like, it's either going to be the game cheating, me being really, really stupid, or me raging. Like, there's gonna be no in between. It's just gonna be the dumbest moments, the dumbest deaths. Just tomfoolery. Essentially. Oh my days. Come on. That was almost a part of the fail series right there. Goddamn. Nice. No, you don't. Oh my. Dude, this build is so OP, it's not even funny. The others will be taking the mick out of this rubbish hole. Yep, absolutely. I should do a fail series on my 25. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that would be... Dude, the amount of deaths I've had in this, like... You know what? Nah. You having a Salt Up Best and Major Infused Bow. Yeah, that would be goated. That would be goated. But dude, nah. I should have a Dumb Ways to Die series too. Like, the literal... I know, dude, shockwaves are actually the dumbest thing in this game. Everybody always says that high defense and sour are the worst infusions. No. Shockwave. The stun lock potential is so stupidly strong. I need a Dumb Ways to Die series, though. Like, literally, deaths that will be included are the Mant one-tapping me. Right? Just, the Mant one-tapping me was one. Me dying because I jumped on a weed stem was another really stupid death. Me jumping. I died because I jumped in the Wasp Queen fight. I died because I parried a mosquito. Yes. The man said no. Yes. Dude, I did the calcs. 158 infected brood mothers per minute. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing? 158 infected brood mothers per minute. Like, are we dead ass? I have never had that happen. Never once have I had a time where I somehow stunned her mid-combo like that and do the parries. Please, yes! Love it when the fire shield procs. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was not okay, ma'am. The Mantis said nope. Dealt 1,000 damage. Yeah. What are we doing? Why? Not enough inventory space is actually wild to me. Gonna have to delete the waffle. All you need in New Game Plus 4 is Salt Up Best, Salt Major Club. A bow, Salt Up Best, Salt Major Implant Weakness on one cone or necklace. Yes, that does sound OP. I do need Arcane Archer, though. I think the best combo is to have a bow with Implant Weakness, or sorry, no, not Implant Weakness. The bow is going to have crit damage up best, and salt damage up best, right? That's the best possible combo you can get. Unless we can get salt damage up major and best on this. No. It'd be salt damage up best plus boss damage up best. Right? Boss damage up best, salt damage up best on this. And then on the cone, I would need 2 separate cones. For one of them, I would need Samurai, Arcane Archer, and Implant Weakness Salt. Then the next one, I would need Bow Attack up best, Salt damage up best, and Boss damage up best. Right? That would give me... What would that give me? Overall calcs, what would that give me? It's 50 per that, right? So 50-50 for the implant, right? And then it's another 50 for that. And then temporary buffs give another 50 each. Right? And then I have a 30 plus 27. And then I have a 30. That's disgusting. That is actually disgusting. It's 30% more damage. Boss damage is 30% more. As opposed to major, which is only 20% more. So this would be our baseline, right? This is our baseline. 300% extra damage. Okay. 310%. Okay. Let's... I'm gonna take a very quick look to see what the infused bow damage is. Infused bow. Infused bow. I'd like specifically the bard's bow. Doesn't matter. Okay, it's 90 damage per hit. 90 damage per hit is genuinely insane. So up best with Mantis and boss damage. I mean, yeah. All bows damage is the same, yeah. It's best to do bow attack up best, though, because then you get 50% plus 50% plus 30%, as opposed to 50% plus 30% plus 30%. You're losing out on 20% extra damage if you do the double boss and Mantis. Plus, it's not applicable to the Wasp Queen, whereas the one I'm going for is applicable to both. And literally any other Salt Weak enemy. I think I have a bow up best and major cone. That's basically going to be your best bow cone then. Anyways, so 90. And then it'd be times 2.65 for upgrades, right? Times 3.1. Holy! And we're doing that twice per second. Add on a crit about 50% of the time. Salt up best and crit damage plus lifesteal. That's pretty good. I can't lie. That's the bare minimum we're doing per second, by the way. Wait. I forgot we're on wall mode, so it reduces damage by 20%. That's the overall damage we're doing. That's fucking wild. That is actually wild. Per hit. Per hit. Or not per hit. Per second. Per second. Okay? Alright. But wait. It gets better. Because if we were to go ahead and divide this by 2 to get our original base damage... Okay, we have 500 something, whatever that is. We're at a plus 0 on this, so we have our baseline, right? This is our baseline tier damage. Yeah, that's wild. That's actually wild. Summon Thorns tier damage. Kind of crazy. probably more depending on the summons. Yeah. To be fair, I think Summon Thorns would be better in a case like the Mantis because she hits all of them at once. So therefore it'd be like this times like 8 per hit. Except it's actually multiplied several times over. Either way. So that's going to be our baseline. Now we're going to take this and we're going to times it by 4. Because that's the amount of damage. Huh? Okay, so like, where's my times 4? There we go. That's times 4. Plus 591.48. That's our damage per 2 seconds. That's our damage per 2 seconds. You want our damage per minute? That's our damage per minute. That's... Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold up. Divide by 30. I completely forgot about other buffs. I completely forgot about other buffs. Head mount. Liquid Rage. Oh my days. That's our damage per 2 seconds. That's... Okay. And that would be our damage per minute. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. Also, what's my water at? It'd be a shame if I died. Let me pause this. Oh my god. Just for a little bit of comparison as to like why this is so disgustingly busted, let me go to the Mantis, okay? Let me go to the Mantis. Orchid Mantis. Just give you a little perspective, okay? The Mantis has 3,400 health on WoW. 3,400. Actually, no, that's pre-WoW. Times 1.2. No, divided by 1.2, because it's just times 5. Times 5 for Mascus mode, which is 17,000 health. Right? Okay. New Game Plus times it by 1.6, and then adds 20% of the original health after that. So, whatever 20% of 17,000 is 3,400. Duh. Okay, so plus 3,400, not 34,000. So it would be 1, 2, 3. And then, of course, it would be times 5 for, you know, infusions. I can kill her in about a minute. Hold up. Yeah, I can kill her in 1.2 minutes. Or in other words, a minute and 20 seconds. Or, no. What is 60 times... Okay. A minute and 12 seconds is all it takes. A minute and 12 seconds would be all it takes with the overall God build against the literal hardest possible version of the Mantis. That's disgusting. That is disgusting. So yeah, if you ever wanted the answer your question on how just broken this build can get, there's your answer. Pretty damn broken is the answer. Man, that's just cursed. I'm not gonna lie, that damage is just cursed. Holy. Oh, I don't want to snuff out the broodmother tier light. Five, nice. I would like more salt arrows. How much salt do I even have left? Quite a lot, actually. Oh, damn. Take the broodmother ooze as well. Disgusting. That's what we need. Disgusting. What we need. Disgusting. Disgusting. Nice. I love how few resources this grinding method takes. Because, like, it costs hardly anything to do all this. No. I need 9 to upgrade a single one? Damn. That's a lot. Oh. That kind of sucks. Now, that is one feature I will give grounded to. Is, I love that you can place jerkables. That, oh my god, don't say that out of context, mate. Jerkables, oh my god. I love that, things that can be hung can be taken from the chests instead of your inventory. That is something I quite like. Something I don't quite like is jerkables. Anywho, that's gonna be where I call it for today. I hope you enjoyed. If you liked the stream, like it. If you disliked it, dislike it. And for those of you watching Levards, peace.